Hello guys, and in today's video we'll take a look at the Concept 1B and answer the question, is it worth for the 16,000 bones or what offer you have in the Onslaught mode. So for me, it isn't really worth it, unless you have enough bones to buy everything else, for example the equipment, the German tank, which is of course the tier 9 medium tank as well. I wouldn't get the Concept 1B. And I will answer that in the video, even later when the statistics will be compared. But I would say that it's like faster but worse in everything version of the Phase 1. So that's it, now let's get into the battle. And if you want to see the comparison to the other tanks, I will show it after this battle. But now, why do I think that this tank isn't the best choice for your bones? So you will find more information in those comparison, but it is just worse German counterpart. So there is the Concept 1B, which is of course this tank, and there is the German reward tank. It is the tier 9 Panzer 50T, something like that. And the medium tank is much better in everything, even the armor is, I would say, similar if not even better. So that is why I do not really recommend this tank. Also the Phase 1, the M103 are, I would say, better, even though they are slower, because as you can see, this tank, it is the biggest advantage of this tank, it is the speed. We go 45 kilometers an hour and it's not even that hard. This tank is just capped at this speed. It could definitely go faster, but I don't have even a turbocharger. I wouldn't say that you needed the HP or the ventilation will be better. And now just let's focus on the battle. So the first battle, I would say it will be a difficult battle. As you can see, we are on the tier 8s and there is only one RT, but I don't see anyone here, and because I'm fast I will try to push somewhere aggressively. So now I'm trying to reverse side scrape, because with this tank you cannot really do it normally, and while reverse I think I might be able to bounce something, but I don't see anything. So I am an aggressive player, so I just push. And as you can see, nobody is here, so I'm just pushing, and now I can see two enemies. The 777 is not visible, so I load hit and try to hit the German tank. And as you can see, I had to load the hits because the German tanks, as you may know, have on the top of their turret, they have like really easily penetratable place. But you have to, of course, shoot hits. If you don't, you will just auto bounce. And now that was a mistake from my part. I unfortunately exposed my side of the turret, because yeah, it is another bad thing about this tank. So if you are standing like that, that's okay. They will not penetrate you that much. But if you just little angle your turret and show the side, they will just auto-pen you almost every single time. This tank, I would say, is similar to the Yoch tank. It's like what Yoch tank is supposed to be, because this tank is, I wouldn't say it's bad, definitely not, but it isn't. It is like what the Yoch tank should be, so good, balanced, not, I would say, overpowered. There are even better tanks, but for this tier I would definitely say that this tank isn't that bad. Now our team lost the right side. I managed to shoot the German tank one more time, and now I'm going back to try and defend the base. We're losing a little bit, 3-6, but it is still definitely doable to win this battle. We don't know where the T95 is, so we definitely will have to watch out. And yeah, now I will skip a little bit, because we will be just driving. But if you have, of course, everything, I would I would recommend to have this tank if you have enough points, but I would just prefer to play the M103, even the German medium tank. I would say it's much better. But there are things good about this tank, which is of course the APCRs. They are really fast. They are going 1,500 meters per second. So that's definitely a good side of this tank. Even though I don't recommend it, it's definitely a good heavy tank on the tier 9. So that's it. And now we are still losing 6-8 this time, and we managed to go back, but now there isn't much we can do. So my plan is to go somewhere in the city. I will try to find someone, maybe, and then try to 1 versus 1 him, because I'm at tier 9 and I should be able to outplay most of the enemies. Now unfortunately the 777 spotted us, and I tried to go in somewhere and hit him because he doesn't have the gun depression to shoot me. But now I see that there is no point of doing that, and I think that some of the enemies should have pushed the city already. So my plan is of course to go after them, and that is what I'm doing. And yeah, that is the good part of this tank, because you are fast, you can reposition almost constantly. I'll try to shoot this guy, but unfortunately he is very short and he moved, so I didn't manage to hit him. But now we see the Grom. Fortunately he bounced because I moved a little angle, and now thanks to my speed I'm managing to hit him in the tracks. Unfortunately he has the HP, so I didn't manage to track him. And now, thankfully I did. Even though he will repair fastly, our ally went and helped us, so we definitely managed to kill this guy. Now the second one, and yeah, that is another thing about this tank. I mean, all of the American tanks you can get easily ammo rack. So we want to attack this guy, pressure him. He shot before even, and now we have to kill him already fast and try to help our teammates at the gun. One more shot from him. It bounced, because even though it isn't the best tank for angling, you definitely can angle. We managed to kill this guy. Now we are trying to go for the VK. He went back here, so we will try to pursue him, because it's a close battle still. We have to win. We have to kill the guy to win. Now I shot him first, unfortunately he shot me too. And now we'll try to hug him somewhere to not get shot again. Thankfully it worked. And now we are winning, but not by much. I will try to shoot the 7-7 because our team, unfortunately the metal team definitely didn't help me. And now, even though I aimed this gun, it wasn't the perfect shot, but this gun can definitely, sometimes it will troll you hard. There are tanks where just, you know that the RNG, even though the gun should be accurate, the RNG will not give you favor. We managed to shoot the 777, and now we are again losing. I will try to hit him through the walls, but didn't manage to. Thankfully 295 bounced through the walls, and now we will try to destroy the T95, which shouldn't be difficult because we have 3 allies. As you can see, the Hori, the T10 and me. So when he will just go look somewhere else, we'll kill him. Unfortunately we didn't manage to save our T10 because also the RNG lowered us, and now we are 2 versus 4. Thankfully the Hori killed the T95. I repaired our fuel to not get burned, by any chance. And now we have to destroy the phase 1 and the Hori 2. And yeah, thankfully for the speed we are able to be here fast and try to help our team. And yeah, as you can see in this battle, definitely the speed helped out. If we were a little bit slower, who knows where it could went. Even still the battle is very close. But yeah, we now try to shoot this phase 1. Unfortunately, I didn't aim here very well. I'm rolling gold here now. Not penetrate for sure. The Hori shot was much easier, so I took it. And now the enemies definitely do a mistake here. They play like potatoes, so they go after the Hori even though he isn't that low on HP. And I'm trying to help this guy. I will kill the phase 1. And now the Hori is just left. Isn't that big of a target, and we managed to kill him. Now, technically it's only going for the RT. So, close battle, 7k damage, definitely we did manage to win this one. If not for me, definitely it would be a loss. And now I don't see the RT, and I don't want to go after him because we have only 2 minutes, so I cap. But, as you can see here, the enemy RT is in our base, and we don't have enough time, I would say, to go back. So he can easily win this if he kills the Hori and shoots me. And now, as you can see, I try to make him blind fire the house because I destroyed it with my AG, and it definitely worked. I ping this Hori to stay here because he will not shoot here. We're in the open, so he won't. I'm shooting somewhere, some the trees down, so he will be baited. And yeah, we finally captured the base. The RT still missed, and that is how you outplay the RT player. And now for the comparison, as you can see, I took 4 more heavy tanks, which are similar to the Concept 1B and the tier 9 medium one-shot tank from the Onslaught. And now for the DPM we have second worst and similar to phase 1, even I would say the same. So 2300 DPM, it's okay, nothing really special. As you can see, M103 has much more DPM as the medium tank, but of course 400 alpha damage for almost of the tanks, and the penetration is okay because we have 260 almost. So the gun similar to all of the other heavy tanks, and the medium tank has a little bit better. I would say the M103 definitely the best gun, but it is similar to the rest of the tanks with the hold down setup. And now of course for the accuracy of the gun, so definitely not the best here. As you can see, aiming time is okay, dispersion is the worst, not by much, but few tanks have better. Again, the medium tank looks much better, it's more accurate, it has faster aiming time, it has a little worse accuracy while moving, but it doesn't really matter that much because it has better accuracy overall. And the dispersion, which is definitely the plus side of this tank, is 10, which is definitely second best here. Solid for a tank. And now this is the thing that stands out for this tank, so it's the mobility. As you can see, it's definitely the fastest out of those heavy tanks. It goes 45 kilometers an hour and with 20 power ratio, so some of the medium tanks don't have it. And as you can see, the German tank doesn't even have 20, even though it's got better terrain resistance. The power to weight ratio definitely moves this tank much higher in the ratings, because you will go this 45 kilometers an hour and you will go that very fast, so you won't be needing like a sheet of paper to go that fast. So that's definitely the thing that these tanks makes it stand out. But even then, the medium tank is still faster. So as you can see, the medium tanks definitely looks better, even though you may think that what should the medium tank have worse is the armor. And now for the armor. I mean, you can't really take anything from those statistics here because it depends on a tank. But the health, of course, is not that high because we have only 1800 HP. So the medium tank definitely lags back a little bit. But again, 50 HP from the Concept 1B. And of course the camo, which is of course the best medium tank by far. And now, if we compare the Concept 1B to the other heavy tanks, I mean, it's a little worse by gun, sometimes a little worse by, I would say, the gun handling, maybe HP and armor a little worse too, but the mobility is much better. So, I mean, there is a case that you would like the Concept 1B more than those heavy tanks. But now, there is a thing about this tank, because there is of course the German counterpart, which is a medium tank. But the medium tank, as you can see, we compare this, it is much better in all of the statistics. So, of course, the armor should be something good if we want to be better than the medium tank. And now, the hull armor is pretty much dog shit on the tier 9. You will not bounce much, even when you angle much. If the enemies will be shooting hits at you, they will pen you, so that's not good. This whole armor will not bounce as much. The turret armor, even though the turret is, as you can see, very small, it's like a yacht tank, you can definitely take some damage sometimes, because even though the gun is only almost seeable, they will shoot you in the gun and they will sometimes pen you. So the armor, definitely it will be fun, because who will hit this tank if he just goes after the heal? But there is of course the medium tank, which has also, I would even say, the better hull armor, because even while not really angled, you will bounce many shells, even on gold, as you can see. And the turret armor, as you can see, it's a little bit worse because there is more green, but it's a medium tank, it is much faster, all of the statistics are better, and the armor is almost the same. I would even say I would prefer this tank's armor than the Concept 1B. So that's the statistic. That is why I don't really recommend the Concept 1B, because the German counterpart is just much better for me. And now the setup of this tank. So for my first equipment I have the HP, gun rammer and the vertical stabilizer. So definitely gun rammer you have to use on all the tanks that you can. Stabilizer is also the same case, and on the heavy tank you would love to have some HP, but I think you can try the ventilation or even the improved aiming, because yeah, this tank can definitely miss sometimes. I don't have the second setup, but as I said, ventilation I would think to maybe take sometimes on more open maps. Ammunition, as you can see, I have 23 APCRs, 13 hits and 4 HEs. Unfortunately, as you can see, only 310mm of penetration on the hit, so definitely not that useful to have too many of them. And now the crew. So I have 6 perks on 2 guys, so the commander, I mean 5, sorry. Coordination, definitely the best perk. Repairs, brothers and arms, emergency and practicality. Bonus perks, firefighting, side by side, definitely on a heavy tank useful, and more view range. On the gunner I have brothers and arms, snapshot, armor, repairs and quick aiming. I think it can be sometimes useful. On the driver I have brothers and arms, overdrawing, engineer, because you in American tanks you are slowly going backwards, so you need those more kilometers backwards. Smooth riding and repairs. And on the loader I have brothers arms, intuition, safe storage, adrenaline rush, close combat and repairs. I think I would take close combat first, then maybe repairs, but yeah, definitely brothers arms I wouldn't take first. I think intuition the most important, then maybe adrenaline rush, then maybe close combat, then repairs, safe storage, and then brothers and arms. So yeah, that's the tank. Thank you for watching, and if you have any question, feel free to share them in the comments, and see you next time.